Okay, so I think I'm going to get this video in just under the wire. Hi there, it's Gina from the Someday Society, and I am bringing you this video on February 22nd, 2026, or day one of the 100-day project. This project is one of my somedays. I have said to myself, someday I will complete the 100-day project, and I am hoping that this is the year. This year I created a zine to help me get into it. At the beginning of the video, you can see me putting the zine together. This time I just printed it at home, so the paper is standard printer paper, which is not great for heavier inks, but in this case, it'll do just fine. I printed it on 2 separate sheets of paper and then glued them together. I think that this will be good to help it maintain its shape and maybe not get crumpled up inside of my journal. The most important part is the progress tracker, in my opinion, because it will serve as a visual motivator to continue working on the project. And I'll be able to see each box filled in or marked off, and hopefully it'll give me some momentum. I'm using glue, GLOO, which is currently my favorite adhesive. I appreciate that you can still kind of move the paper around before the glue dries. And since the paper is going to be a little bit thicker, I put a lot of glue on there to get that extra support. And I do trim off the edges of my journal trim off the edges of the zine before I put it in my journal, because it's just about A5 size, which is half page. So if I don't trim off the edges, then it kind of sticks out. So this is the zine, and I started off by addressing my project plan, or the description for the project. This year, I'm creating journal trading cards, which are inspired by artist trading cards. I really like the idea of being able to share these cards or trade with other journalers, just to use them as a tip-in or maybe a journal prompt for writing. And I don't think that I need any special supplies or preparation for this particular project. I do have some blank playing cards that I was using, or that I was going to use for another project I was working on. And I want to use my own supplies for this project to sort of get through all of the craft supplies that I've been hoarding. I think that these cards can be anything. I feel like I could use watercolor, writing, drawing, washi, stamps, marker, glued bits. The parameters of creating the card are just enough to keep me on track, but not so tight as to require a lot of preparation to set up or rules to follow. And I think that keeping it sort of casual and loose is probably the best way for me to make sure that I stay on track. I have worked on the 100-day project a few times before, and I've made it kind of far, but never all the way to the end. So I'm hoping this year I'll make it to the end. The tracker on the inside page lists each one of the dates of the 100-day project from February 22nd all the way through June 2nd. I also included a notes page where I can write updates or maybe even keep ideas there for future journal cards. And then the last page, which I don't show in this video, is for reflection on your project. I'm not exactly sure how many cards come in this pack. I think I ordered them from Amazon, but it's been a while, so I'll look back in my history and see if I can link them. If I find them, I'll link them in the description box below. The cards are kind of shiny, which I was hoping that you'd be able to see, so it makes the surface kind of slippery. You can't really tell in the video, but I was kind of concerned that paint or ink, particularly wet paint and ink on the surface, will slip, but that might be part of the fun. The cards are the same size as a regular playing card, so there's not a ton of space to fill up, just enough to put a couple thoughts and clips down. For my first card, I used the date calendar for the 22nd and some washi tape that I'm just about out of. I don't want to throw the ends of the washi tape away, so I keep these final little pieces, and it's nice to be able to use them on something. The star stamp that you see me using in the background is from a YouTuber and journal creator known as Journal as Alter. They really have a lot of great products, so make sure to check out their website. And then I'm also using some vintage stamps to stamp out the word journal. And the ink does fairly well on the slippery surface, But as you can see, these vintage rubber stamps are showing their age. They're pretty dried out, so they might be on their way out of the journal hoard too. Even the pointing finger, which I initially put upside down, is getting a bit dry, but I think having the opposite pointing fingers is a nice addition to this card, so it was a happy accident. The paper washi that's brown is one of my favorites, and I really only have scraps left, and I thought I could go on a search for it, but I have so many options for washi tapes that I really need to use up my own stuff. I'm going to try very hard not to order any more. The video comes in and out when I'm working in front of the camera, which is a little weird, so I'm sorry if you're getting motion sickness. I'm working on it, still learning the videos. So if you have any tips or tricks, please leave them below. On the journal card, I write the word always. I feel like the journal is my constant, and just saying that it's always there feels right. At the end of the video, I mark off my day 1, so I'll be ready for tomorrow. And if you would like a copy of this zine, you can download it for free from our website at www.thesomedaysociety.com. And please feel free to like and subscribe. I guess that's what they say on these videos. And I look forward to hearing about your 100-day projects. And if you want more information about the 100-day project, you can visit their website at the100dayproject.org, where they have a lot of really great videos, tips, and tutorials, and pictures of people's past projects. And you can sign up for their email and get great supportive emails that they'll send to you pretty frequently. Hey, I hope you have a great remainder of your February.